Well, moving on this morning, wrapping your mind around grief is one of the hardest things. My family has actually endured a lot of it. So one way we find comfort is believing our loved ones come back to visit in the form of cardinals, and for me, butterflies. To my surprise, a college friend saw my grief and had already written a beautiful book using things like cardinals and other things you find outside because she too had suffered loss. Well, here to tell us more is Jamie DeKelaita, author of this awesome book that I have with me called What's Next? Good morning, Jamie.
Good morning. Thank you so much for that. You gave me goosebumps.
I know. Well, this gave me goosebumps, Jamie. When you sent me this book in the mail, I opened up and the first picture I saw was a cardinal. So obviously this means something to you. So I want to know, why is it that you wrote this book?
Well, it was actually at a time where I had lost several family members within a short period of time for different reasons. And my daughter was old enough to finally know what was going on. And I thought, how am I going to deal, as well as making sure she's taken care of? And I kept finding my words worked really well for her and for me and for the adults around me. And I got the idea, and I thought, I just want to put it to words and give it, get it out there to whoever else it could comfort. And I had felt all these things since I was a little girl, seeing signs and things like that. And I really wanted to bring that peace to other people during one of the hardest times of their lives.
And
to be able, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. It's just extremely colorful and easy reading, right? So who do you feel it's really good for?
I found everyone. I've heard from both adults and adults telling me how much it's comforted the kids around them. I made it really colorful on purpose because that's what I see where we go is a very colorful, beautiful place, and also to remind us how beautiful life here is and that we can still enjoy that. I've heard stories from readers where there was a little girl who had lost her grandma that morning, and she came into her preschool class, and that was the first book she went for, and she couldn't read it yet. She said she just wanted to look at the pictures, and she was sitting looking through the pictures, and her teacher told me that after a couple minutes, she watched her face start to light up again. Sorry, I may cry, because I did this with all heart to help, but I had no idea how much that would give me a gift back, hearing from people and what it's done for them.
And you're kind of like the little book fairy. You're known to kind of I mean, this ended up in my mailbox. Yeah, she's known, like, you might go somewhere and all of a sudden you're like, where'd this book come from? And you're like, oh. So you had a situation too where you were in the airport and you left us behind, and it ended up with somebody giving you a hug.
Yeah, we were sitting in the chairs and they called us to get in line to board, and my husband said, let's leave a book. So I signed it, and I always write, if you found this, it was meant for you. And I set it down, and because I want people to know they can have it. I don't want them to think someone left a book. So I'm standing in line, and I feel a tap on my shoulder, and a lady's standing there with her husband, and he's got tears, and she's got tears, and she said, may I hug you? And I said, of course. And I guess I'm weird like that. I'll hug anyone. And then I saw she was holding my book, and we held each other, and she said, I just recently have lost a child, and I just read that sitting there, and you gave me so much hope to try again. You let me know that my baby is still with me and always will be, and I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And her husband thanked me too, and those are the kind of things that, I would have done it for anything, but had no idea, how much it would mean to people and me too.
Yeah. And I know right now with everything that everybody's going through, it's just so timely to get it back out there for everybody. So it's called What's Next? And we really want to get this in the hands of so many people. So Jamie, where can they go to buy this?
Well, my website is Jamie DeKelaita, whatsnext.com. And I know my name's really long, but that's the only way we could do it. And it's sold exclusively on my website. And you can go on there. And also there's a blog section where you too can share about your loved one if you'd like to share stories and things like that. I really wanted to open that up to people to have a place to write their own stories.
And we're most definitely going to put that link on our website after the show today too. So wonderful seeing you. And once again, thank you so much for this awesome book and doing what you're doing for others.
Thank you so much for having me, Leanne.
Our
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Thank you. Have a great weekend. All right, coming up on the Morning Mix, we'll tell you more about Greater Grand Rapids Women Who Care and how they're helping